Welcome to 8.5. We're going to be finding horizontal and vertical distances in the coordinate plane. And I will explain where you have to know what a horizontal and vertical is. Okay, so we're going to be finding these distances. Okay, so we're going to draw a line between A and B and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5 units from A to B. You don't count the dots, you don't count the intersections, you count how many boxes between A and B. Make sure you're getting these exactly right. And between A and C, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. And between C and D, over here, well, there's -10. And there's +1, so it's 11 units. Now, we can also do this with subtraction, right? C is at 1, x-coordinate of 1. And this is at an x-coordinate of -10. And 1 minus -10 is 11. Let's see if that works with the other ones. Let's do the other one that's horizontal. And so by the red one and this green one, are horizontal distances, flat, all right? And in the horizontal distances, we can just subtract the x-coordinates, right? This has an x-coordinate of 6, this has an x-coordinate of 1, and so 6 minus 1 is 5. Now, when it's vertical, like the blue one, up and down, you subtract the y-coordinates. The y-coordinate of that one, this is at 1, 6, so it's y-coordinate 6. This is at 1, -2. The y-coordinate is -2. 6 minus -2, that equals 8 units. So I really just taught you the lesson, but we're going to go over all of that again. Okay, so we're going to find horizontal distances. Now notice, I'm going to take the boxes away, so you won't be able to count the boxes, and you're going to have to use subtraction, like I just showed, for some of them, and we'll see that. Okay, all right, so find the horizontal distance. So you're drawing a little sketch of this. And this is the point, it says, this is the point 8, 9, and this is the point 2, 9. And it says you just subtract the x-coordinates. Now you have to know which one is the x-coordinate, right? It's the first one. 8 minus 2 is 6. Now notice, distances are always positive, so we're not going to do 2 minus 8 and get -6, all right? We're going to force it to be positive. This distance, if I connect these, right, is from 2 to 8, and 8 minus 2 is 6 units, and that's a horizontal distance. Okay, so on the same graph, you're going to plot 7, 4, right, there's 7, and there's 4, and there's -3, 4, and this distance, you subtract the x-coordinates. 7 minus -3, same as 7 plus 3, and I should write 10 units, and this was 6 units. All right, those are horizontal distances. You subtract the x-coordinates. All right, so find that distance. It's a horizontal distance, so we're going to be subtracting the x-coordinates, -8. Now we're going to do -3 minus -8. That way we get a positive. I don't need that parentheses, which is the same as -3 plus 8. Is 5 units. Let's see if that's true, right? This is -3. There's, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Let's be a little neater. 5 units for that. All right. 6, -4, and -6, -4. Plot those on the same one. And then you're going to do 6 minus -6, which is the same as 6 plus 6, which is 12 units long. Now we have 10, -10, and -11 tens. So we're going to do 10, right? We're always subtracting the x-coordinates for a horizontal distance. 10 minus -11, same as 10 plus 11. They are 21 units apart. Okay, that's horizontal distances, flat. Okay, plot the points 3, 7, and -5, 7, and find the distance between them, right? So now that you have to do it without me even drawing them for you. 3, 7 would be there. -5, 7 would be there. And then we want to know the distance between them. Oops, 7, right? So this should be opposite 7 here. There we go. -5, 7. Boy, not very good graph, Mr. Ben. Let's try again. There you go. Okay, so then, all right, so Mr. Ben should use a straight edge, and he's getting a straight edge out and fixing this. So, yeah, my tablet is at an angle to where I'm looking, and it's not good. Here we go. All right, better. So 3, -5. There you go. And then now I have extra ends, but okay. I cannot draw a straight line today, apparently. All right. Enough. Okay. Now the way you do it is you subtract the x-coordinates. 3 minus -5 is 8. Okay, next one. Plot the points -2, -8, and -9. Find the distance between them. So we're going to subtract -2 minus -9. Now if you get a negative, you just have to switch the order, but the answer will be the opposite of what you got. So these should be 7 units, and I have to remember to write units on these. 7 units apart. All right, so this would be 9 minus, this is really, right, an exercise in subtraction, all right? So say I do -7 minus 9. I'm going to get -7 plus -9. I'm going to get -16. But the truth is, you could just say, all right, it's +16. Because if you switch the order of subtraction, you will always get, you will get the opposite of the answer. So once you have the opposite of the answer, right, you know the answer. Okay. So now those were all horizontal. Now we're going to do vertical. So you have to memorize this. Horizontal, you subtract the x coordinates. Vertical, right? So we have 7, 10 there, and 7, 4. Vertical, you subtract the y coordinates. 10 minus 4 is 6. Now, if you're just doing, well, the ones that are different are the ones I subtract. It's going to get harder than that in a second. You have to know that to find a vertical distance, you have to subtract the y coordinates. All right, so this distance here is 3 minus -6, which is the same as 3 plus 6, 9 units. We're subtracting the y coordinates. All right, so you're going to plot -4, 5, which is good practice for yesterday's lesson. -4, -3 is right there. And then you're going to find, well, still having problems drawing a straight line. Okay, finding this distance, and we're going to subtract 5 minus -3, which is the same as 5 plus 3, which is 8 units. Here we're going to do subtract -2 minus -9, -9, which is the same as -2 plus 9, which is 7 units. So 6, -2, and 6, -9, right? Let's see, right there, and then we're finding this distance, which was 7 units. And those are, this was 8 units. Vertical distances. All right, so find the vertical distance, 8 minus -2, 8 plus 2, which is 10 units, right? Please don't get 6 there. It's 8 minus -2. All right, -2 minus -8, those are our y coordinates. This is a vertical distance. -2 plus 8, this is 6 units apart. Okay, now we're going to start getting a little more. All right, so what's the horizontal distance? Now these are at an angle, right? You cannot, how you find that distance is a whole nother unit. All right, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do, let's start with the horizontal distance. So how far apart horizontally you are. Now, where this lesson is headed, in the next thing, we're going to be doing slope. This horizontal distance is going to be our run. And so to find the horizontal distance, you subtract the x coordinates. Notice they're both different. I warned you about this. So 1 unit, it's singular, all right? To find the vertical distance, you subtract the y coordinates. So that is, oops, I said find the horizontal distance there. So the next one is, oh, I see, I didn't do this. So I said just find the horizontal distance, 1 unit. The vertical distance would have been 6 minus 2, 4. Right here, you're going to find the vertical distance. So that's this distance, right? right? And then this here would be the horizontal distance. Oh, I should be consistent in color, right? So for this vertical distance in blue, this would be the horizontal distance. So you're asked for the vertical distance, you're subtracting the vertical, let's do that in blue. You're subtracting the vertical distance, I almost did it wrong, you're subtracting the y coordinates. All right? So notice, all right, you have to read them. It says vertical distance, you find the two y coordinates. That's this, which was 9 units, right? And if you're asked for the horizontal distance, you're subtracting the x coordinates. That's 1 unit. Okay, so let's find the horizontal distance, it says, between these 2 points. All right, so we're going to plot them. -2, 8 is right up there. -5, 3 is right about there. And we're going to find the horizontal distance, that distance. And so to find the horizontal distance, you're going to subtract the x coordinate. So -2 minus -5, -2 plus 5 equals 3 units. So it's 3 units that way, right? That's not the actual distance, right? The actual distance is at a diagonal now, right? And that's a whole nother unit we will do later on. Okay. All right, so we're going to plot the points -3, -2, -3, -2, and -8, -4. And we're going to find the vertical distance. So this distance right there. So to do that vertical distance, you subtract the y coordinates. -2 minus -4 is the same as -2 plus 4 equals 2 units. All right. If you get a negative, you just change it to the opposite because you always want a positive number for a distance. Okay. There you go. Final question. Horizontal distance. So which ones do you subtract? The x coordinates. Vertical distance. Which one do you subtract? And notice I turned it around. Why did I turn it around? So I could get a positive answer. If you get -4, you just change it to +4. We'll talk more about that in the next lesson. Good luck with the homework.